Solution. I'm Mary Trimble and I'm here to give you your readings for this week for the March the 5th through March the 11th. And there's a lot going on astrologically, so I wanted to do a little report first. These readings are for your sun, moon and rising, so if you want to check out the other videos, there'll be links in the show more section below. Now, if you're checking out a couple of them, I will put the time that you can skip this report so you don't have to look at it every single time you check the video, a different video. So anyway, it's very exciting this week, right? Because we have two planets moving into Aries. Now, they're moving from Pisces into Aries. Now, Pisces is the last zodiac sign, and it has a little bit of everyone in it, every other sign in it. And it's like winter, right? And when we move into Aries, Aries is the beginning of the astrological year. It's like spring has finally sprung. Now, even though the sun is still in Pisces, we're going to have Mercury, the planet of thought, intellect, communication, is going to move into Aries on Tuesday, I believe it is, Tuesday the 6th, 5th or 6th, around there. And Venus is going to join Mercury. And Venus is the planet of love, finances. So we're going to feel kind of spring-like, like a new beginning. Before it actually happens, we're going to have that feeling of new beginnings. It's going to be a lovely feeling, and it's interesting because Venus has been very happy in Pisces. Pisces is very spiritual and sensual and loving, and it's, you know, Venus can spread its wings. And then when Venus moves into Aries, it's very kind of in the moment, you know, passionate, yes, maybe one night stands, yes, maybe not, you know, long-term relationships, but definitely fun and passionate and interesting. So she was soft and sensuous in Pisces, and she's going to be coquettish in Aries, so it'll be an interesting feelings, and we're definitely going to feel that. Now, on the 8th, we have Jupiter, the planet of expansion, philosophy, deep thoughts and abundance, and also on the shadow side of that, overindulgence and overdoing things. So that's moving retrograde on the 8th. Now, what's interesting about, it's a very slow moving planet, so it's almost subtle. We will feel a change, but we kind of won't be able to put our finger on it. But it's definitely important to think about what we're expanding, where we're going. This is kind of, because Jupiter's about kind of the whole, the planet globally. And Jupiter is in Scorpio right now. So it's interesting, whenever a planet goes retrograde, the zodiac sign that it's in is kind of amplified. So Scorpio is about sexuality, it's about secrets, it's about deep things. And Jupiter, when that goes back, we may have a new resurgence globally about all these secrets coming out. You know, it's also about empowerment, so we might have more like Me Too movement. So we might see a lot of, you know, power, the abuse of power. So we might see some secrets coming up again, you know. And so that's something that we can look out for. But for ourselves, we need to look inside, and we need to, you know, think about how, what secrets are we keeping? Well, how can we take back our power? You know, what is going on with us that we need to kind of you know, look at those things. So always when a planet goes retrograde, it's really good to look at where we stand with those qualities. On the 11th, Mercury is going into a challenging aspect to Saturn. Mercury is the planet of thought and communication, intellect, and Saturn is the planet of restriction, boundaries, and sometimes they say accidents, right? This can be kind of a mentally frustrating, challenging time. So if we're aware of that, we might feel it a couple of days before, we might feel it a couple of days afterwards. We can observe it and say, ah, that's where that's coming from, and not react to it. Now, at the same time, which is, I'm sorry, I'm looking at my notes because, you know, my mind is not what it used to be. Yeah, we have Mars at the very same time, we have Mars moving into a positive aspect. Mars in Sagittarius actually is moving into a positive aspect to Uranus. So this can mean sudden things are going to move forward, right? Because it's very fiery. Sagittarius is a fire sign. Aries is a fire sign, so we're going to feel that, you know, things are going to kind of move fast. So I think it's going to kind of offset that frustration mental thing that's going on, because maybe we're frustrated because we can't get everything done because everything's moving so fast. And, you know, Uranus is the planet of sudden happenings, surprises. So I think, and you know, Mars is the planet of action and, you know, moving forward. So things are definitely moving forward fast this week. So I think that might be a good thing. So much is happening astrologically this week. It's kind of exciting energy, a lot of fiery kind of spring energy. That's why I decided to wear a lot of colour this week. Anyway, let's go to the cards, shall we? Hello, Cancer, and welcome to your reading for March the 4th through March the 11th. And this is a general reading. If you would like a personal reading, you may find information on how to get that in the Show More section below. It's for your sun, moon, and rising, so you can check those videos out below. Also, now, your first card is the Three of Cups. This is a celebratory card. This is about, you know, kicking off your heels and going out with the girls, or, you know, going out with the guys. This is just about celebrating every moment. This is about seeing the magic in every moment. It's about your glass half full as opposed to half empty. It's a beautiful, beautiful card. And then clarifying it is the Eight of Spring. So this is like things are happening fast right now for you guys. Things are like just flowing, and it's almost like you can get, this is choosing not to be stressed, right? Because when so many things are happening at once, it's like you forget and you get stressed. This is, when this card comes in, it's saying bring some levity into the situation. This is really good that things are going fast for you. This is wonderful that there's so many balls in the air. Enjoy it. Bring some levity. Bring some levity into each situation. Remember why you're doing what you're doing and really enjoy what you're doing. Make a conscious effort to do that. And this is like, you know, successful multitasking. I see great things. Look. The next card is one of my favorite cards. It's the Star card, darling. This is about healing spiritually, physically, and emotionally. And what's interesting, I feel that you've been in a place of deprivation emotionally and mentally, right? Not having enough, not feeling like you're having enough, never feeling that you're going to get enough. All that is going to be healed, Cancer. And I know it's very hard for you because you want security, right? It's very important to be secure financially, materialistically. For you to be kind of happy, you've got to have that you know, that security. Well, the lack thereof, which is the Five of Autumn. This is like, you know, this is kind of an illusion anyway. You're healing that. the star is like shining a light where there was once darkness. Your path is being illuminated. You are on your way, darling. You're well on your way, and I'm so happy for you. Things are turning around for you. They have been in the last couple of weeks, and this is great news, right? So understand that when you get those feelings of deprivation and you not having enough and things aren't going to work out, you know, that worst case scenario in your head, not believing that you're ever going to get your head above water, this is a wonderful time for healing, and you can rest assured that things are fine. And you see, the thing is, look, you've got the 8 of Cups, which indicates that you're kind of emotionally discontented with your life at the moment. Perhaps some of you are. Some of you are looking for a deeper meaning in what you're doing. And look, you've got this. Look, so, okay, so what I'm getting for this card is that you're looking for a deeper meaning. Perhaps things aren't kind of going exactly as you plan them in the time that you're planning them. And you've got clarifying, you've got 2 cards for this, right? And one of them is the 5 of Summer. This is saying that, look, you are focusing on, you're kind of, this is in the traditional tarot, it's about crying over spilt milk. It's about focusing on what you don't have and what you can't have, right? Discontented, right? You're focusing on what you can't have, and it's just silly because you have so much and you're not seeing it, right? So you're almost in deprivation, right? That's what you're thinking of. You are focusing on what's lost. You have to bring that focus out onto what you have. This is a wonderful healing energy coming in for you this week. This is important for you to focus on what you have, not what you haven't. Focus on what you've accomplished. Things may not happen in your time, but it's in divine timing, and it's brilliant. Things are definitely happening for you, Cancer. And you've got the Wheel of Fortune. The wheel is turning in your turning in your direction. This fortune wheel is coming around. So it's very important not to have your energy here, right? It's easy to go here, right? Lamenting over, you know, crying over spilt milk, what didn't work out, what hasn't worked out for you. Don't focus on that. Focus on what has worked out for you. Bring the focus back to what's working for you and what has worked for you. It's very important because that's the healing. And you've got the world, darling, the wheel. I said the world, the wheel of fortune. Everything's turning in your way. You have to understand that. Get on the wheel, darling. Get on the wheel of fortune. Like, I really see amazing things happening. I see that some of you may be a little discontented with how it's happening or how fast it's happening, perhaps. Or maybe the results aren't quite what you thought they would be. But don't worry. Everything is happening for a reason, and things are getting better, Cancer. Listen, if you really enjoyed or this resonated with you and you enjoy the content of my videos, please like it, share it, comment. I read every comment. If you haven't already, please subscribe. And I've also started a Patreon page. Please check out my Patreon page. There'll be a link in the show more section below, but it's also on my channel art. There'll be a link there. Just go and check it out, and you can patronize me for $2, as little as $2 a month, and you can change that anytime. You can stop anytime. It's not a lot of money, but it's huge for me, and it will help me create more content and do more professional kind of edits and more equipment, and I'll be able to do, I have so many brilliant ideas that I would love to be able to do. So that would help me do that. And if you can't, that's fine too. Just thank you so much for tuning in. Mwah! I love you all, and I'll see you next week. To inquire about or purchase any of Mary's services, please email Mary at liveinthesolution.com.